Welcome to the Marketing Lab, your go-to podcast for all marketing information. I'm your host, Tyler, and we'll cover different tips, tricks, and strategies to help level your marketing up, examine real-world case studies, and dissect all the marketing implications and how you can best use this information. And lastly, bring in industry professionals to share their knowledge along with entrepreneurs and discuss their marketing journeys and business. Now let's get our lab coats on and jump right in. So I got quite a bit of notes for this, and I tend to just jump around, and I want to make sure that I cover everything and I make sure I get everything in here. But what we're going to be talking about today is TikTok's algorithm, and it can be applied to, say, Facebook or Instagram or YouTube's as well. They're all fairly similar, but I'm going to stick with TikTok's because mainly I think I know it the best. I understand it the best, and I also think that TikTok has one of the best algorithms out there because over the last few years, I think TikTok has taken over and gained so much market share. So a lot of this will apply to all the algorithms on different social media platforms, but I'm going to be primarily talking about TikTok and their algorithm here. So getting started, they have extremely smart algorithms. I don't know if you've realized this, but the algorithms basically know you better than what you know yourself. It's crazy to really think about because it's like, oh, I didn't actually know I would watch this 5-minute video on someone cutting a grass or whatever it might be. It's just funny how well that the algorithm really does know you. So what the algorithm knows is basically what you will share, what you will comment, what you will like, what you will watch the whole thing of. And that's honestly the main point that I do want to get into. So the main metric that TikTok and the algorithm really does focus on and pay attention to with anything. So if you are creating content and you do want to get better at more views, more impressions, more followers, this is the main metric that TikTok really does care about, and it's watch time. When you think about all these different platforms, their main goal is to keep that user on their platform as long as possible. So if you create a video that makes someone get off their platform, or create a video that makes someone scroll right past it and it doesn't keep them watching or whatever it might be, that signals to TikTok that, hey, this guy sucks, this video sucks, let's not push it. So the most important metric that I can stress is you have to focus on watch time. You have to make sure that you're grabbing them in at the start and you're making sure that they're staying around until the end and watching the whole thing, because that's honestly what TikTok cares about. And I'll get into more examples later on, but this is what the most important thing is. People will say that like, comments, and shares are the most important thing if you do want to grow your following or get more videos pushed out to a wider audience. And the way I look at this is, at the end of the day, TikTok just cares about watch time. If you're on their platform spending hours and hours and hours and you don't like, comment, share, do any of that stuff, they don't care. You're on their platform, you're watching their videos. So that's the algorithm's ultimate goal, is to keep you on the platform. And going back to likes, comments, and shares, this can act as ancillary metrics for keeping people on the platform, because if you see a video that only has, say, 5 likes compared to a video that has 500 likes or 500,000 likes, you're most likely going to be watching the 500,000 likes and scrolling right past the 5 likes, even if it's the exact same video. It's a little bit of a social proof and a psychological factor that plays into our heads where, oh, we must think that this video is better because it has 500,000 views, whereas that 5 likes that you might see, maybe that video was posted 2 seconds ago, it already has 5 likes, and maybe in a week it's going to have that 500,000 likes. So I do believe that likes, comments, and shares can act as ancillary metrics, but the most important is watch time. And TikTok does also like when you share the videos outside of the platform too, because so when I share a TikTok video to someone that, say, doesn't have TikTok, it brings them onto the platform and watching the videos. And I think TikTok really likes that. The algorithm knows like what you will like, what you will comment on, what you will share, what you might share to this specific. So let me give an example. I'll receive travel videos and I'll send it to this one specific person because I know he likes traveling. and that specific person doesn't have TikTok. So when I share it to him, I share it outside of the platform, I text it to him, and then it brings him back onto the platform. However might he watch it, whether it's through web-based or he has to download the TikTok app. But TikTok's algorithm knows this, and it's like, okay, let's keep showing this stuff. So he keeps sharing it with this person, and it brings to him on the platform. And there's maybe a bigger chance that he's going to end up getting TikTok or creating an account and spending more time on there. And I'm thinking about this right now, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if TikTok's algorithm has like a time base between everything. Because say I get sent 30 travel videos in a row, I'm not going to send all 30 videos to him right there. I might send one or two, but if it was spread out over, say, a week, say I got those 30 videos and maybe one in the morning, one in the night, and then it's just spread out really widely throughout the whole week or maybe 2 weeks, I might send 20, 25 compared to the initial two, because they were all in a row, and I'm not obviously going to spam him with 30 different videos of nearly the same thing, of different travel videos. So I just thought about that, where it probably also takes that into consideration. It's like, okay, he'll share this video if maybe every other day we'll post one on his thing and you'll share it to this guy. And it probably takes that into consideration. So if there's a current trend or sound going around and you always watch that, TikTok will know to push that sound or trend. And what you'll often see is, say there is a specific trend or a dance or whatever it might be. I know this has happened to me in the past, where I've seen a specific dance that's been going around, and the beat's catchy, or just everyone dancing is just really catchy, and TikTok will just start feeding me more and more of those videos. So this is why it's a good reason for you to hop on different trending sounds, different trending trends in general, and maybe putting your own spin on it. Because when there's that specific sound or trend or dance, whatever it might be, and I'm watching every single one of them that comes on my For You page, there's going to be a lot more being pushed out. So this is why it's a good reason for you to hop on to different trends and sounds and utilize that. And one thing that's really good, sorry, I was just getting some water. One thing that's really good to consider with TikTok is it doesn't matter if you have 100 followers or 1 million followers. You're going to get pushed. And I think it's to the degree or the level of the amount of people that you will get pushed to. So obviously, if you have 1 million followers compared to 100 followers, you're going to be getting pushed to their audience, the 1 million follower person. They already have that audience, so it's going to get pushed to them a little bit. So it's going to look a little bit different. But even if you have 100 followers, you can still have a video that has 1 million views or 5 million views. You can still get to that point, because TikTok honestly doesn't care how many followers you have. All they care about is your video good? Are people watching it? And are people staying on our platform? That's all they really care about. So if your videos are able to do that, TikTok doesn't care. They'll push it to anyone. And from what I believe, when I was back posting on TikTok fairly regularly, there's different levels to it. So say you have 100 followers, you're basically guaranteed to get pushed to a certain level. So let's say the first level is 100. So it'll get pushed to 100 people, and it's going to see how it does. If it does really well, it's going to move up to the next level. So say 500. So once it gets up to the next level, 500, it's going to do the exact same thing. And it's just the constant testing phase. And I feel like there's a bunch of different levels that you have to get past. So if you aren't getting past, say, the first level, you aren't going to get past, say, the 100 impressions. What I'm currently doing right now, I wouldn't say I have anything great of videos that I'm posting right now. I'm just kind of posting to post. Basically all my videos will only get 200 impressions. So it's weird how it's just always 200. Whereas if I post something else and I'm able to keep someone there and it does really well in these levels, I might end up getting to 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. And that's just what I noticed when I was posting way back in the day, is that I believe that there is levels to it. So you obviously get the beginner, and then you get the middle, and then you get the upper, and then I think there's a few different more levels, and then it just all depends on how well it performs within those ranges. And if it does really well, it's going to continue to get pushed. If it's not getting pushed, or if it's not doing really well, it's not going to get pushed. So that's one thing to consider, that even if you have 100 followers, you're going to get pushed to the bare minimum level, whatever it is, this test group, you could call it. So that's one thing that I really like about TikTok. I feel like Instagram does this as well, where you do get this base level. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but you can make it so you are posting just to not on your feed, so your followers aren't actually going to see it. So Instagram's they're going to need to post or push it to, I mean, they don't need to, but they push it to a certain audience for them to actually see. So there was this account, I'm going to get into a little story here. There was this account that I did not follow. I'll say that right out the front. I did not follow this person, but I watched all of the videos. But I only watched certain videos that this person would post. And the certain videos that I would watch, he had 3 different people in it. And the 3 different people in it, I would always watch them. I would watch the whole thing all the way through. I wouldn't share it. I wouldn't comment on it. I wouldn't like it. I didn't even follow this person. But every time he posted with those 3 people in it, or even 1 or 2 of them, I would watch the whole thing, and TikTok knew this. And the crazy part is, he would post other videos, say with other people in it that weren't those 3 people, or it was just him in the videos. I wouldn't watch those videos, and TikTok knew that. And it's really crazy because TikTok only pushed these videos that had the 3 people in it. And I didn't like, comment, share. And this is a reason why I didn't even follow this account. And this is a reason why I don't think those metrics matter as much, because all that really matters is TikTok knew that I would watch the videos, so they would push it out to me whenever he posted with these people. And it just makes me think that it's even crazier that it goes a layer deeper than that maybe it takes the transcript of the video to know the people that are in it when he says their names or whatever it is. Or maybe there's just facial recognition on TikTok where you post a video. If you have an iPhone, I don't know about Android, but when you have an iPhone and you look in your photo album, it creates these galleries of faces. So it has this AI that takes, okay, this face, we're going to put all these pictures of Tyler in here. Okay, this face, we're going to put all these pictures of person X in here. And I think that's what might be happening with TikTok's algorithm, where it's finding this facial recognition through the videos. And on the videos, it's finding these 3 people, or even 1 or 2 of them. And it's like, okay, we're going to push it to him. It's either that or the transcript. I'm not really sure. That's my guess. That's my quote unquote conspiracy theory on how it works. But I would not be surprised, because I rarely ever got his other videos that he would post. And I pretty much every single one of his videos that had those 3 people in it, or 1 or 2 of them in it, it would get pushed to me. So that's just one really crazy story that I have with TikTok and their algorithm, and just the amount of, I guess, smarts you could say that this algorithm has, because it knows exactly what you're going to watch. It knows what's in the video. It knows. Yeah. So that's just one example that I would give you with TikTok and their algorithm. So if you think about everything that we just touched upon, their algorithm is constantly learning and taking every single thing into consideration to give you the most curated types of content. Everything that I just said, it's taken every single thing into consideration. It's like what you will like, what you will comment on, what you will share outside of this platform, what you're going to watch the whole thing of, what accounts do you follow, who's in the videos. It's constantly taking all this information into consideration to give you the best For You page possible, to keep you on their page as long as possible, because I know for TikTok, they do the best job at keeping you on the platform compared to like Instagram. Instagram's algorithm is good, but it doesn't keep me scrolling there as long as TikTok's does, which is really interesting. So this is why I do say TikTok's algorithm is the best, because they're all constantly learning, but I think TikTok's algorithm is constantly learning better than all the other ones. So if you're trying to grow your following, views, etc., focus on watch time. Watch time, like I said, is the most important metric that you do want to consider. If people aren't watching and sticking around long enough on your videos, it probably won't get pushed. Like I said, there's levels to it. You're going to get pushed to a certain amount of people. I don't know if it's 100, 200, what the base level is, but you are going to get pushed to these people. You want to make sure that you do good when you do originally get pushed to these videos. And I think coming back to the ancillary metrics with the likes, comments, shares, and having that social proof, I think if you have a decent, say maybe 100 or a couple hundred followers, it's important for them to like your videos, because I'm assuming it will get pushed to them and you want them liking it just to give you some more social proof. Because when someone's scrolling through TikTok and say they see 0 likes or 5 likes or 20 likes, they're most likely going to just keep on going, because there's no social proof behind it. They don't know if it's going to be good. They want to see that people have already seen this video and it's already performed really well. And that's an issue with it. But at the same time, if you have those people that do end up supporting you and they like your comment, or they like your post, they like your videos, or they comment or share or whatever it might be, that's a really good metric to have as social proof to help you grow and build the watch time, because I think the social proof helps with the watch time as well. Although watch time, like I said, and I'm going to keep repeating it, watch time is definitely the most important one that you do want to consider, and making sure that you are keeping up there. So when you are considering watch time and keeping people around, you want to make sure that you have a good hook at the beginning, and that you have questions so you have the good hook, and then it leaves them with questions unanswered, and that makes them want to keep watching longer. And an example could be, I generated $2 million in sales in the month of May, and this is how I did it. So obviously you got the hook of I generated $2 million. So that hooked people in, they want to stay. And now the question that they want to have answered is, how did he do it? And that's how it's like, okay, I'm going to go into answering this question in this video. And that hook and that keeping that question there is going to keep them to consider watching and staying longer. So you want to make sure that you're delivering on this promise that you're giving them. Say with this one, you want to make sure that you are actually saying how you did it and giving them all the information. And what I think, go straight to the point, make it as clear and concise as possible. You don't want to beat around the bush, because that's going to end up making people want to leave and go away. So you want to make sure that you are giving them the answer and you aren't beating around the bush as much, because a lot of times when something like this will happen, I might see it and then it's like going, and then you can see the little timer at the bottom. And if it looks like it's a 5-minute video and they're just not getting straight to the point, I might just end up skipping it, because they're taking up way too much time to go through all this other BS that we don't really need to hear. We want to hear how you did it. So I think it's just diving right into it, delivering as much value as possible, and making sure that you're staying around. And you could continue that little hook and leave another question. Hook and leave another question. It might be a little bit harder to do that, but that's another good way to continue to have people continue listening and watching the videos. So it's making them say, oh, that's how he did it. And then it's like another question unanswered. It's like, oh, how did he do that? And then it's like you're getting into the weeds and making sure that people are staying around and making sure that they're staying there. So you don't want to be misleading with this information. So if you say that and you don't end up giving them the answer, or you end up misleading, and maybe it's like you didn't actually make 2 million in sales. It was maybe you read a book and it was just, I don't know, trying to give an example off the top of my head. But you do want to make sure that you aren't being misleading with them, because this is going to help you build more trust with them and make them want to come back and support you. So make sure that you are giving them the good information and you aren't being misleading towards them. And another thing that I did realize is engagements matter. And when I say engagements, it's not say like, comment, share. It's people actually touching on the screen, say to pause it, or maybe at the bottom of the caption to click more. So that counts as an engagement, and TikTok's algorithm takes this into consideration for everything. And I know this because I created a video, and this might contradict a lot of the stuff that I said, where you're losing trust in people, where I created a video and I put a play button on it, and the start of my video was paused for, say, the first 5 seconds. And a lot of people, what they would end up doing is they would click the screen to try and unpause it. And then what would end up happening is they would end up pausing it because they see the play button, and now all of a sudden they're hitting play and pausing the video. So I know this because that video got over 1 million views or impressions, but the likes were significantly lower than other videos that had significantly less impressions. So I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm going to give approximates. So that video generated over 1 million impressions, had about 22,000 likes. I had other videos that had about 500,000 impressions, but had well over 20,000 likes. So this is why I know that engagements and touching the screen matter. And this is really why you would see the old videos where there would be a video and then all of a sudden there would be one frame of a picture, and people would try and pause it and they would try and stop it right on the picture. And this is why those videos would do so well, because TikTok's seeing that there's engagements with it. People are trying to pause the video and try and stop it on the picture. And what this also does is when it's going through and everyone's watching this video, they might miss the one frame that the picture pops up on. So then they got to go back through the video again. They got to pause it again. And then they got to go back through again. And then they got to try and pause it again. And they keep going until they miss it. And what this ends up doing is their watch time is going up. So if you end up watching it 5 times to try and pause it on that one frame, that's a whole 5 plays that this video just got. TikTok's taking that into consideration, saying, man, people are watching this video. I'm going to start pushing this video. People are touching it. They're engaging with it. People must love this video. So that's another area that I did see with TikTok and their algorithm. Sorry, getting more water. And I think this is probably an area that Instagram doesn't really have with their algorithm, because when you do touch the screen, it doesn't pause. It mutes the video. So it's completely different between Instagram and TikTok, where they have different functions. And I think this is just another vanity metric for TikTok's algorithm to take into consideration to see if people are engaging with it. So as I said earlier, TikTok's main metric that they care about is watch time and if people are staying on their platform. If you think about it, with every single social media platform, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, their main goal is to keep you on their platform. And it's kind of ironic that I say that, because Twitter just came out with a maximum tweet read that you could come out with, but maybe that's for another video. But their main goal is to keep you on their platform as long as possible. They want you to spend hours and hours and hours, which is somewhat funny. I've hit it twice. I think TikTok has this video that says you need to take a break, and it's probably after a certain amount of hours that you consecutively spend on their platform. It pops up and it's like, hey, you need to take a break. You've been watching, or you've been scrolling too much, which is kind of funny. But their ultimate goal is to have users on their platform as long as possible. So the most important metric is watch time and making sure people are staying around to watch your videos. So whenever you are creating content, you want to make sure that people are staying around and watching and listening, whatever it is, to all of your content. And you just want to use this, play it into your advantage, and use it as much to your advantage as possible. You know this information, that watch time is the most important. Likes, comments, and shares can act as social proof and help you generate more watch time. But take the hook, leave a question at the end that wants them to continue listening and watching, and making sure that you are keeping them there, you're drawing them in, and that they actually want to continue watching and spend as much time on the platform as possible. So that's what I got for this TikTok algorithm video or podcast. I hope it provided a lot of value to you. This is just a lot of the information that I've taken into consideration and I've observed from TikTok and their algorithm. I just think their algorithm is so extremely smart, and it just continues to adapt. And if you are wanting to create a new algorithm on your platform, it might just be best to create a whole new account, because getting away from your current algorithm can be tough, and generating a whole new algorithm is really tough just because it's built up so much time. So this is just what I got from TikTok's algorithm. So Thanks for tuning in to the Marketing Lab. If you got some value out of this episode, share it with your team, colleagues, friends, or anyone you think will benefit. You can leave a review and let us know how we did. We'll take any feedback so we can create the #1 marketing podcast out there and deliver the most value to you. If you'd like to apply to be on our show and share your expertise, head on over to newframedigital.com/the-marketing-lab. And at the bottom of the page, you'll find a form to fill out. Remember, every entrepreneur needs a lab, and this is yours. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.